Profe, can you start off with your thoughts on tonight's game?
All right. I thought we had from the first minute to the 90 plus minute, uh, uh, or feel uncomfortable in the game. We couldn't just reach the rhythm the whole game. I have to say that we tried to move, and eventually we had some actions that ignited us a little, but the overall thing is that it was a very uncomfortable game for us. And even though we did enough to win it, and that's part of the frustration, especially because we must win at home, and there's another chapter of okay, it could have been, and we have to transform that in a reality. That's the frustration, but the photo was there. It was a very complicated game. It was not an easy one.
We'll open to questions. Austin.
Oscar, just with the offensive flow of the game, you had 11 shots, but only 3 on target, one of them being the goal. The last couple games has been kind of a struggle to find that consistency within the offense, and you've tried different things within the formations. What have you kind of learned from these past 3 games, even of just trying to figure out the best form of Orlando in the attack?
Well, that we are trying, that we're trying to see different ways to improve, not having a bad record on our offensive phase during the year. I think in that matter we're good. Still, we want to do better, and when you try to do that, sometimes the game tells you that it's not that way. It is not as we easily think. Just moving the pieces and see, and that is a learning for me especially.
Michael.
Oscar, thanks for your time. Montreal only had the one shot on target, which was the penalty. Have you had a chance to review that play?
I did it, and we are tired of seeing that, and it's really frustrating. Is a big dive.
Go to Mike.
Profe, Mike with West 2. I wanted to ask you, it looked like Montreal kind of had a game plan going into tonight, limiting you guys with the spaces. How difficult was it to kind of play out of those? There was a brief moment in the first half where you guys were able to open them up, but it looked like in the second half they just continued to kind of limit you guys. Were you guys expecting that going into tonight's game, and how difficult was it to kind of break those lines to find a scoring chance tonight?
Right, when you find rivals that have that model of chasing and converting the game into a dueling in every single area, it has that tendency to be a game that is caught here and there, that the sequences are broken if we cannot get the flow that we want. And eventually we did it. It seems like we were getting a rhythm, and immediately we came back to that discomfort on the game. And I say from our side, this is what we need to control. We try to give the game flow and use those spaces the way we do it, but it was a challenge, and that's why the game didn't look with rhythm. It seems for me, right? I have to review it obviously, but I felt in my bench that we didn't get that flow, and the game was probably finishing 1-0. It was until that play came that is so frustrating.
Go to Nathaniel.
Coach, back here, I know you never want to drop 3 points at home, but I know you said it earlier in the week you don't disregard teams' records, but with where Montreal is in the standings and how this game resulted, does that add an extra disappointment to this result?
It does. because we don't want it to play with those contexts. But after we know the reality, it's not a secret that it's a game that you may consider like anyone, but especially this one a must-win game, and increase the frustration, of course, yes. But as I say, this is another game, but you have to move on. Seems like when we can blame as our frustration tells us, but also we have to see from outside, and it could have been better.
Luis.
Luis Pineda, Loud and Proud Orlando, Profe. Thank you so much. I wanted to ask you, with Orlando aiming to close the gap on the Eastern Conference top four, how do you balance the urgency to win these home games with maintaining the team's confidence after a result like this? Thank you.
Right. Well, the team confidence has to stay alive the whole year. I don't consider that we have to depend to the results. Our work in our job and our professionalism and tells us that when the game finishes, you got to move on to the next one. And though we know that it hurts, right? But we have to be capable to move on and see this game as it should have been better. And especially in terms of just dropping 2 points at home. But we have to move on. Then tomorrow we have the responsibility to prepare for this game on Wednesday. That is a big challenge as well.
Michael. Oh, yeah.
Profe, buenas noches. Javier García, Florida National News, Noticias en Español. Profe, los primeros 20 minutos Montreal estuvo dominando. ¿Cuál fue el detonamiento para Orlando para empezar a dominar el juego de esta noche?
Creo que no interpretamos bien los espacios que ellos estaban utilizando. No lastimaban mucho, pero sí tenían mucha posesión en un partido en casa nuestro donde deberíamos haber sido más protagonistas y haber tenido más iniciativa. Creo que ahí hay un tema importante del juego, porque me parece, y lo sentimos desde el banco, de que movieron la pelota mucho más de lo que hubiéramos querido, sobre todo pues porque cuando pasan 25 minutos, 26, 30 minutos y todavía no tienes muchos chances, sientes que no estás aprovechando tu localidad. Yo sentí eso hoy, pero tampoco que ellos lastimaran o que crearan acciones, pero también se volvió un juego sin ritmo para nosotros como lo quisiéramos o como nosotros acostumbramos a jugar.
The last one, Austin.
Oscar, I just wanted to ask about Kyle Smith. Hit a milestone coming into the game today with his 200th appearance. He's the longest tenured player with the club. Just what has he meant in your tenure here since you joined, being one of the players that's remained since you started and has just been, what has needed for this team ever since?
Kyle, I have said this before, but when I came to Orlando, I found a gentleman, a very respectful footballer, very professional, a true team player, and what we feel even prouder is that we count with Kyle in probably 6 or 7 positions during this period, and Kyle seems like he can do all these things. So is a great footballer, and I congratulate Kyle on this milestone. I think he represents a lot to him, and we're proud of what he does or he has done for the club.